Just wanted to do a quick rundown of my everyday carry pistol. It is a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 compact. It is the Spec Series. The Spec Series is no different than the regular compact. It just comes in this little gray Cerakote. It did include a factory threaded barrel, which I got rid of because it was basically useless for me because I'm not going to suppress the pistol and I don't run a compensator. The pistol itself has been fantastic. They did update the trigger for the 2.0s. Got rid of that terrible hinge trigger, put a nicer flat face trigger in there, but still wasn't great. I put an Overwatch precision trigger kit in there. It is phenomenal. If you own an M&P Overwatch precision, you got to go with it. They're great. I've run Apex triggers. I prefer the OP to it. I have a Trijicon RMR Type 2 on there with the CH Precision optic mounting plate. The Smith & Wesson factory plates, they work. They're okay. But they are plastic, which I'm not a huge fan of. And they do leave gaps sort of in the front and the rear of the optic. With that reciprocating mass, you kind of want it snug fit in there so it doesn't wear the screws over time and end up shearing them. I do have a Floyd's magwell on there, which means I need to run Floyd's base plates. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to seat your magazines. I'm running some goon tape on here as well as the back of my backup magazine. I initially hated it. I thought it was very slick feeling. I'm used to a silicone carbide texture, but I live in Arizona and you sweat a lot here. And when your hands get sweaty or moist at all in any way, even if it's just from holding something when it's cold even, that tape turns into like glue. It is phenomenal. I have a TLR 7A on there. Nothing really done fancy to it other than the trigger. There's no porting, no compensator, nothing like that. It is a carry gun. Don't really see a need to do that. For ammo, I carry Hornady Critical Duty 135 grain plus P. I like it. You get a little heavier round, but you maintain those good velocities. Like you're running, I think it's like 1110 feet per second, which is good for a heavier bullet. My holster. So I typically carry with Tier 1 concealed holsters, but I decided to try out this TXC holster because they were having a sale or something. I can't exactly remember why. Definitely sticking with Tier 1 after having used this for a few months. The little sidecar magazine attachment system has this goofy wave pattern in it, which makes the two, as you can see right now, never fit together well. No matter how you move around the bungee cord or change things, there's always pulling apart. The bungee cord itself is already shredding. The hardware constantly loosens, even with blue Loctite on it. Just not a huge fan of it. I do have a wedge on the back of there from Tier 1. If you've never used one of these before, they're a little weird at first, but once you get used to it, you will never go back to not having a wedge. It's great. It helps with concealment. It helps keep your pistol upright, especially if you carry a really short slide pistol. They tend to want to tip forward. The wedge stops that from happening. And on the opposite end of that, if you carry a very long pistol or a long light, that pad back there really helps stop that from digging into your pelvis, your legs. For those of you that actually carry, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is my everyday carry pistol.